I think it's very important that we refer back to Rio. In Rio, we refreshed our memory that sustainability has three different sectors. There is, of course, environmental sustainability, but there is also social sustainability and there is economic sustainability. And in all those three areas, water plays a major role. I think the dialogue links water to the overall growth, which is very important, and to sustainable overall growth in particular. In history, especially over the last 100 years, water has always been quintessential for the development, first in agriculture, but then later on also in industry and mining and energy and so on. A truly safe water for an increasing population is therefore a requirement also for a healthy society that contributes again to prosperity. So water plays, as I mentioned before, a role in the three areas of sustainability. For a long time in the past, the availability of water was like a given. Well, we had three factors that influenced the increased demand of availability. One is demographics. Of course, as we are more and more, when we were 4 billion, that was one demand. Now we are 7.5, we are going to 9 billion. Well, this has an increased demand on water. Second one is prosperity. We have never been so prosperous than we are now, but prosperity has its price, and especially in the demand of water. And the third one is urbanization. More and more people, as we know, 50% of population is already living in urban cities today. More will do so, and an urban dweller demands about 4 times more fresh water than, for example, a rural dweller. So those three areas were really responsible for the increasing demand of water. And the one who is paying the bill by now with the overdraft of water that we have is basically the environment. And I think if you look at the drying out lakes like the Aral Lake or the Lake of Chad, if you're looking at the delta of the great rivers which are dry, well, you can see that the one who are really paying the bill is environment. So I think the global dialogue will hopefully create awareness of the risk and propose solutions which we are all looking forward, because we know there are solutions. The question is that we can convince those politicians, governments, that they start to implement part of the solutions. Well, I must say I was quite impressed by the initial work of our 3 researchers, and particularly by the way how they have found methods to how we can monitor and how we can measure water, and in all its aspects, in the different dimensions that I mentioned before. Also the research on how insecurity inhibits sustainable growth and the positive correlation between water, infrastructure, and then prosperity. So I think we have already quite a good case, and I'm sure we will still work on those cases, of course. We have still some months to go, so that we are able to present a strong case at the World Water Forum in South Korea next year. That's what we are really looking forward to.